What if you had animal hair? Author Sandra Markle, illustrator Howard McWilliam. What if you had animal hair? By Sandra Markle, illustrated by Howard McWilliam. What if one day when you woke up, the hair on your head wasn't yours? What if overnight a wild animal's hair grew instead? What if you had polar bear hair? A polar bear has a double coat of hair to keep it warm. There's a woolly undercoat close to the bear's skin. Above that is a top coat made of 6-inch long, stiff, oil coated hairs. A polar bear's hair looks as white as Arctic snow because the top coat hairs are hollow and clear, like a straw, empty in the middle. They reflect the light just like snow. Each May or June, a polar bear sheds its hair and grows a whole new coat in less than a month. If you had polar bear hair on your head, you could play outdoors in cold, wet weather and never need a hat. What if you had reindeer hair? A reindeer has a double coat too. It also has a lot of hair, as many as 5,000 outer hairs per square inch of skin. Each long, stiff outer hair has a hollow core. These hairs trap air. In addition to keeping the reindeer warm, its hair helps this heavy animal float in the water. A reindeer's hollow hairs keep its body heat from escaping. In fact, if a reindeer lies on the ground, the snow under it doesn't melt. If you had reindeer hair, swimming would always be easy, even in the roughest of waters. What if you had musk ox hair? A musk ox has the longest hair of any wild animal. Some hairs are as long as 2 feet. Its shaggy coat hangs down to its hooves. This coat is also double thick and so tough it acts like a suit of armor. Each spring, a muskox sheds its woolly undercoat as much as 7 pounds of hair. If you had muskox hair, you could play outside day or night in winter or summer without worrying about frostbite, sunburn, or bug bites. What if you had oryx hair? A scimitar horned oryx has hair that is just right for its African desert home. The oryx's pale colored coat reflects sunlight and keeps it from overheating. The hairs are also so short that any cool breezes easily reach its skin. Oryx calves are born with solid yellow coats. They develop distinctive markings and pale white and red coats as they grow up. If you had scimitar horned oryx hair, you'd never need a comb or a brush. Even if you rolled on the ground, your hair would be too short to tangle or collect dirt. What if you had lion hair? A male lion has a mane, long, thick hair on the back of its head, neck, and shoulders. When it comes to having a mane, size matters. Scientists learned that female lions, called lionesses, prefer males with big manes. That could be because the healthiest males usually have the largest manes. A lion's mane needs regular cleaning and grooming. Luckily, a group of lions, called a pride, will groom one another. These big cats have a built in comb. They're rough tongues. If you had a lion's mane, you'd stand out in a crowd. You'd look big and bold. What if you had zebra hair? A zebra's hair grows in black and white stripes. These stripes help it stay safe. Whether standing still or running, zebras usually stick together in a herd. Seeing so many stripes confuses hunters such as lions and hyenas. A zebra's hair shows if it's healthy or sick. The short hair on a healthy zebra's mane stands up straight. A sick zebra's mane flops over to the side. If you had zebra hair, you wouldn't have to work at being one of a kind. Each zebra has a stripe pattern that is completely unique. What if you had three-toed sloth hair? A three-toed sloth's hair often looks green because little plants, called algae, grow all over it. Sloths live in damp rainforests and rarely move, making their bodies a good place for algae to live. However, having green hair isn't a bad thing. Green hair helps sloths blend into their homes in the treetops and hide from predators such as jaguars and harpy eagles. Great camouflage. Three-toed sloths spend most of their lives upside down, so their hair grows differently than other hairy animals. When a three-toed sloth hangs upside down, its hair falls over its body, so even upside down, the sloth's hair keeps its skin dry when it rains. If you had three-toed sloth hair, you'd never be alone. Because of the algae, your hair would be home to many different kinds of harmless insects. What if you had Arctic fox hair? An Arctic fox's hair is snow white in winter. Each hair is also fat, helping make its coat thick and warm. As the days grow longer and heat up, an Arctic fox sheds its wintertime hair and grows a new brown coat. Now each hair is skinny, helping make its coat thin and keeping the fox from overheating. Besides staying comfortable, changing its coat keeps an Arctic fox perfectly colored to sneak up on prey such as lemmings and voles. When getting ready for winter, Arctic foxes also grow long hair between their toes and on the soles of their feet. Their furry feet help them run on ice without slipping. If you had Arctic fox hair, you'd never get tired of your hair color because it would change with the seasons. What if you had giant pangolin hair? A giant pangolin's body is covered with scales, which consist of the same substance as hair. Like hair, the scales are made of tough keratin and grow out of the skin. A giant pangolin's scales also start small and grow longer until, at last, they fall out. New scales grow in to replace the ones that are lost. The back edge of a giant pangolin's scale, like hairs, are razor sharp. So if it's attacked, a giant pangolin just curls up tight to stay safe. If you had a giant pangolin's scales, you wouldn't need to put on a helmet to ride your bike. What if you had porcupine hair? A porcupine has normal coat, but it also has special hairs too, called quills. Quills are stiff, needle-like hairs. If attacked, barbs, or like little hooks on the end of each quill, poke into the enemy's skin. Then, even when they separate, the porcupine's quills stay stuck in the enemy. A porcupine's skin gives off a fatty substance that coats each quill. This fatty substance contains a germ-killing chemical. So if a porcupine accidentally pokes itself, it won't get an infection. If you had a porcupine's quills, bullies would never bother you. What if you had star-nosed mole hair? A star-nosed mole's hair, unlike most animal hair, can lie flat in any direction. Pushed forward, sideways, or straight back, its hair will never stick up. It will always lie flat against its body. This lets a star-nosed mole slip easily through its underground tunnels, whether it's going forward or backing up. A star-nosed mole has comb-like claws to spread oil through its hair. That makes its coat waterproof. That's important since it lives in damp tunnels. If you had star-nosed mole hair, your hair would stay put whatever direction you comb it. Wild animal hair could be cool for a while, but you don't use your hair to stay afloat or confuse predators. You don't need your hair to change with the seasons, be a helmet, or lie flat in every direction. And you'll never defend yourself with your hair, no matter what. So, if you could keep wild animal hair for more than a day, which kind would be right for you? Luckily, you don't have to choose. Thanks for reading. Bye.